checking in. I just got out of my doctor's appointment. And, hey, Seattle girl, hey, Mama Six. And I'm in here experimenting with my two cameras. Actually, today, I got three. See that? Trying to see which one is the best. But anyway, I just wanted to get this off my chest. I'm stating it publicly because a lot of these situations when it comes to the doctors, we suffer in silence because the doctor position is one of those positions that they pretty much equate to God. Like it's what they say go, as if you don't have any intelligence of your own or any type of fortitude whatsoever to be able to make a conscientious decision about your health that's contrary to what they decide. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that when they say get a second opinion, that's what they mean, because it is just that an opinion. It's not based on facts. I had a doctor give me a diagnosis, and I'm going to call it as they just pulled the damn diagnosis out their ass, okay, basically. Excuse the language. But that's how I feel. It's like no better way to describe that situation. Just basically pulled it out his ass. Didn't ask me a single assessment type of analytical question to make that determination that I in fact had this particular diagnosis, as opposed to the one that I've had multiple specialists way more qualified than this resident doctor to make that determination, with way more evidence to make that determination beyond the 5 to 10 minutes that they've spent with me in their entirety of treating me. So, needless to say, I walked out of there appalled at the fact that this doctor was going to prescribe me a medication that I had familiarity with. I was no stranger to it because I had several family members that were on the same medication, and it's powerful medication, and I couldn't believe this doctor was actually standing up in my face telling me, we're just going to throw out your previous diagnosis. We're going to write this prescription for this new powerful drug with all kinds of negative, fucked up side effects that you don't take unless you really, really need relief from the symptoms that it so supposedly is going to relieve. The medication is Depakote. I have believed with Depakote. I got several family members. My mother, my sister, and I gave birth to one. That ain't nothing to play with. That ain't what you prescribe to calm down. And so, to me, they were reading into my behavior more than what's there, except for the pure contempt and lack of respect that I have for the medical profession. So you're going to pick up animosity. You're going to pick up an elevated heart rate because I can't stand y'all. That's not a new condition. It's an appropriate response to the way I feel about the care that I'm receiving. I'm getting a runaround for a medication that I've been using for 10 years without side effects, without negative side effects, without problems. No problems that I've ever indicated in a doctor's office and saying that I needed to relieve, okay? And nothing about bipolar as far as what I know about bipolar. But see, you don't have to be a doctor to become familiar with bipolar. And you'll see on every medication, there won't be no guarantee that the medication is going to help relieve the problems that is being prescribed. But years of living with someone, with no choice in the matter. You couldn't just go and write a prescription and send them out the door and they can't come back to the house. They live with you. When you live with someone with these conditions, you gain a knowledge that I feel no doctor can match unless they live with someone with the same condition. I feel like you're not my equal as a doctor when it comes to that, especially if you have to live with through several family members. So I'm a little bit irate. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I want to also put in there, I don't play. So the demons that run around on the internet, I don't play. I get receipts. So I have these doctors on recording, and I've been doing this for years before Facebook or YouTube was a thought, because I feel that doctors take great liberties and abuse their power, especially and particularly on the African American community, because we're disposable. We're goddamn lab rats. And I do have a very strong opinion about it. And I behave accordingly. So I got tons of recording, years of footage of how these doctors operate behind closed doors. Okay? And I've got it with potential employers, various situations with customer service. I mean, I've been recording, and this first time I had 2 cameras and 2 channels and actually broadcasting it live. But when people ask me how why I got 18 terabytes, because I got that much stuff that I be recording, and I blow through 2-3 terabytes in a year without no problem. And that's why, because I don't just record for entertainment. I'm a very serious person. That's what you're gonna find out. I mean, you know, if I came on here and tried to be more entertaining, that's all you will be seeing is me trying to be more entertaining. But if I'm just coming on here being me, I'm a serious person. I don't play. I didn't play when I was a kid, and show ain't gonna start at 55. You know, the closest thing to playing that I came is the little twerk videos that I did disseminate onto the internet. But other than that, I'm serious. I'm a very serious person. That's my personality. And because I was so serious, I believe that's how I gave myself a good case of fibromyalgia. That was the resulting consequence. And it is what made me change to try to be more relaxed and less uptight, because literally it started becoming a medical condition, being myself. So here I am. I brought this topic up to see if anybody had, you know, similar experience in terms of, you know, frustration when a doctor has the last say and then everybody walking around them like eggshells. You can't go over them because they the good doctor, but all the other folks who work with him, they see you more than the actual doctor, and the doctor has the final say or the biggest deciding factor in your life. And I think that's, you know, I think that's a sick way to practice medicine. And I gave the little resident today a long speech about, I hope you don't forget who I am. Because let me tell you, you sit up here and you study the biology, you study the chemistry of the different drugs, and try to match it up with symptoms, and forget there's a person sitting there in your office with you. That's more than your chart records, an individual who can think for themselves and do not disrespect that individual ability or capacity to identify when something is wrong. Now, we may not be able to put the medical terminology to it, but we certainly have the ability to identify when something is wrong. And that your word ain't God. They told my sister she only had 2 days to live. She lived 2 more months after them 2 days. Don't nobody have a final say but God. How about that? So I stood up for my rights. I got it on recording. I'm also doing this video for legal reasons because I made DD and somebody said, you got the dates mixed up. Well, we didn't say that. You didn't even see Dr. So-and-so on such and such a date. Well, that's what this other purpose of this video is. On today's date, December 14th, I went to see a doctor at SIU. And I'm trying to get rid of my primary care doctor, and in the meanwhile, I have to go in limbo between doctors, hoping, and it shouldn't be like that, because you wouldn't do a heart patient like that, hoping I get my right medication, hoping that I get a prescription, and don't have no certainty whatsoever, but they got paid. The doctor who saw me today, which wasn't my primary care, they got paid. And so that's why I keep this kind of documentation. They got paid, and I got to go home empty-handed. Problem unsolved. And no options. Not walking out of there with options or potential alternatives. But I did it on my own. I signed up with a whole different clinic, and I separated my psychiatric care from my medical care, because the scariest thing in my life was to experience a doctor standing over me believing he needed to give me Depakote. I have a huge problem with that, and I don't play. And then they think I'm one of them. I'm one of those Negroes that read my medical records. I read the medical chart. They conveniently left this whole experience out. So therefore, every time I go into the doctor's office, I repeatedly speak on that experience. Because you're not going to just write me away. The damn doctor threw a tantrum. You said, Mama, see, I'm so tired of going to the doctor. Every time I go, they put me on. Right. That's all they know to do is write a new prescription. And they won't respect me enough to continue with the old prescription that worked fine. I ain't came in here telling you I got negative symptoms. I ain't came in here telling you I'm experiencing new problems that I didn't have. It's a medication I've been taking for 10 years. And they ain't the first one to prescribe it. And had it been a problem before now, I'm sure the other doctors would have brought that problem up. Nobody knows as much about medicine as you do. That's the whole problem. Not to mention, a doctor prescribed it last month. But then this month, he threw his hands up, don't want to prescribe it. That's because he didn't want to get into the politics of the fact that I was challenging the doctor over his head. But I'm one of those Negroes that's not going to let it go. You're not going to just send me out the door and I'm forced to figure out everything on my own. I'm going to be the one that files grievances. Yeah, me. I call up and I do report people that's out of line. And so they probably know about me and probably even being blackballed at this point in time. I don't know. But you better believe my insurance company is going to find out how I've been going to a doctor repeatedly and coming out without a prescription. So that doctor's off with my life too long. I'm back on, I think that's Fat for Life on the left-hand side. Am I still buffering now, Andrea? Am I still buffering now? Anyway, I'm just going on a rant about my experience with the doctor's office. You just have to advocate for your rights. They will just write you out a prescription like a guinea pig and don't care. As long as it's covered by the insurance, They don't care what kind of side effects you have. They don't care what kind of impact it would have on your life. If I thought these doctors were actually compassionate and caring, I wouldn't be on here ranting right now. If anything, I'd be on here like, wow, I got some great doctors. But this is like a culture. It's a culture of complacency, just distant kind of care, when I think that like a doctor should be the most intimate professional in your life, not the most distant where you don't really know who they are and they don't know who you are. And so I'm just speaking up and speaking my mind and telling y'all, you have to fight. You have to advocate for your health, because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. They gonna send you out that door, and they gonna get their paycheck because they did see you, regardless of whether the outcome was good or bad. And if doctors were forced to get their paycheck based on their bedside manner, it's a whole bunch of people would be fired. Doctors, right now. But today I did get a new doctor. She seemed to be compassionate. She did an overview of what she plans to tell the primary care doctor, because that's where we're at odds. I don't want to see the primary care doctor. I don't want to see a primary care doctor that would diagnose you with something as serious as bipolar disorder without having any type of assessment or evaluating tool to do such. And you basing that off of what? For why? For where? For what reason? And then completely erase all of that or omit all of that interaction out my chart. I'm so glad the charts have gone to where you can access them online, because I'm catching them up in they bullshit and they fuckery when it comes to that. Oh, really? They failed to mention the fact that they tried to give me Depakote instead of Adderall. Oh, really? Well, here I am again at a new appointment to let you know that's exactly what happened, and I'm going to keep coming back every time I come back in this office and keep mentioning that. I'm not going to go away, and you can't just omit it out my chart as though it never happened, and they will do that kind of stuff. That's one reason why I take my camera with me all the time. All the time. I've been doing that for years, before YouTube or Facebook ever was a thought. I was doing that. I was doing it without parking tickets, because the cops is good and notorious for giving you tickets, and you think you in a legal space. That camera will get the truth on that ass every time. I beat plenty of tickets that way, because I am that way. I don't play. Am I still buffering, Andrea? Yeah, I have it recorded. I got it recorded. Even the one where he threw a tantrum. Well, how about this? Well, we just not going to prescribe anything. How you gonna make the rest of my body suffer? My knees, what the hell my knees do to you? I still need the meds for that. What the hell did, what did my muscles do to you? Okay? I may be in disagreement with your Depakote, but what did my muscles do to you? Now they can't get the treatment, Flexeril, for that? Because you throwing a tantrum, because I totally disrespect your diagnosis because it came out your ass? Yeah. 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 This one, yeah, she does that. She records. She records her shit. So them demons that run around on the internet, I record they shit too. Okay? Let's be clear. I'm one of them. Obsessed with it. Sure am. Obsessed. I record. Because people will say one thing one day and another thing another day. Customer service, you go to T-Mobile. You see, me part was funny. Right, What did the rest of my body do to you? So you gonna go on strike on all my meds because you mad because I disagree with you on some motherfucking Depakote. Real? Really? My grades, they are so wild. They don't behave like the rest of their hair. Anyway, yeah. Really? And I reported it. I sure did. Went over that ass, went over that head, and reported. Reported the incident and the behavior. And you can't shut me up. I think that's what a lot of people, including the demon, thought they was going to be able to do. The alley cats, they thought the same thing. You can't shut me up. I only shut up when I want to. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Oh, it took so long for somebody to show up on their love. I was getting ready to cut things short. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I'm ADD. I move on with life. I don't stay stuck in the same place. I keep going, and I didn't want to forget it. I wanted to capture my emotions raw, tell it like it TI is, and how it really happens. Because, well, I had an issue with my doctor. I tried to fire them. They tried to force me to continue to go with them. They won't change me to a new one. I even went so far as to go to a new clinic and separate my psychiatric care from my rest of my body. Having the one doctor prescribe all my meds was working out until this one doctor came along and decided he was going to throw out everybody else's diagnosis. Ain't nobody smart as him. He the only one seeing something ain't nobody else seeing. So he Mr. Know-it-all and playing God with my life. And I don't appreciate it at this time of my life because I want to finish my solar training. I'm done with the coursework. Now I want to take the test. I need to be able to focus. I need to be able to stay alert on a timed test in a very important, crucial test of my life. So, oh yeah, I fired them, but I can't get rid of them. They said I still have to go to them until I get assigned to a new primary care physician. So I got a problem with that. So I went so far as to go to a whole entirely new clinic. And I was afraid that it would be a clinic farther away from my house and that I had to be concerned about traveling and getting there. You said next time run out of the office and say I'm feeling very attacked. They already think I'm animated now, so I ain't gonna add to that. But when they would check my blood pressure and see that it's elevated, they would never take into consideration it's elevated because I can't stand y'all motherfucking asses. I have no respect for you. That goddamn monitor you used to take my blood pressure hurts. I have fibromyalgia. I'm tender all over. That shit hurt like hell when you're trying to take my blood pressure. So guess what? Adrenaline is rushing through my body and elevating my blood pressure. But in my self-defense, I don't play. I'll be playing with these doctors. I take my own blood pressure several times before I come into the office and show them. See, sitting in the comfort of my own home, taking my own blood pressure, it's not elevated. Bastards. They was ready for me. I was ready for them. I was ready for them. I hit them back with every angle they tried to come up with, okay? Even the cardiologist, they made me go to a cardiologist. I went. I complied because I didn't want them to use that as an excuse. Oh, she wouldn't comply with medical treatment, medical suggestion. Went. Cardiologist green-lighted me to continue with my meds. But the doctor, who's so used to playing God and ain't used to no Negro standing up to them, exercising their rights, as intelligent as they are, being assertive and disagreeing with them in their face, telling them they wrong, dead wrong. How Mona be saying strong and wrong. They strong and wrong. And believe me, I'm gonna keep documenting every step of the way. Cause that's gonna help me build up a damn malpractice suit if they don't get it together. Trust and better know. Trust and believe that. Better trust and believe that. And I feel like that's why they do it, because they can get away with it. Most people walk out frustrated and don't go no further. I'm your girl that goes further. Sure do. I'm going to take it further. I'm going to tell more people, and I'm going to tell that person and this person and so on and so on and so on. I don't sit and suffer in silence for nobody. Because I had plenty enough of my own episodes with my family and nightmares about the medical profession. And I have no respect for them. That's what made me fall in love with Dr. Sabi. It really ain't as complicated as they make it, and a whole lot of it has to do with ego. Yeah, we practice ego medicine in America. That is the problem. Shit don't have nothing to do with actually care about your health. Because if they did, they would make all them damn doctors go back to school for nutrition and tell the patient that if you change your diet, you would change a whole bunch of your diagnoses. I know this for a fact. Yep, ego. That's what they practice, ego medicine. It don't have nothing to do with your actual well-being. Ego medicine, and they all get trained on the hierarchy. Who gets to treat everybody like shit? That's the doctor. And who the one have to have the compassion? That's the nurse. And who have to take everybody bullshit? That's the CNAs, and they got to take out the shit pen. It's a hierarchy. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to get off because I'm ready to go home. I'm in the public right now telling my boo, and I'm ready to go. They try out on that. I couldn't wait to pull out my green card. My legal card. They come in there all sneakily like they was gonna give me another good excuse why they won't prescribe the medicine I've been taking for 10 years. Oh, Miss Nichols, we found cannabis in your system. You sure did. Damn. Here go my card. Broke their face. Got rid of all that. Back up. Back up. Back up. That's also what you can't use as an excuse. And I told this little resident today, you got to treat people with respect. Some of your patients coming here is on your intellectual level, okay? Because when you go to medical school, don't make us dumb. Trust and believe. Okay? Anyway, that's all I got to say. Y'all let me know how you feel about this topic. I think they have way too much power, and patients are not giving enough power over their health. And I think it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, here I go. Down to the first floor in my bougie grocery store. That I don't want to hang out no more. Cause I want to go out and blue. So I love this rig, boy, y'all. It's the best. It's the best gadget I bought. Where I can hold two phones at one time and record it. I just love it. I just love it. But I'm about to lose my connection, I believe. As soon as as I step out this door. Oh no, I still got it in, but yeah, I'm in my local county market. That's the way I'm trying to rock it. I'm at my county market. So yeah, thanks for joining the most boring channel on YouTube, according to the demon. Everybody got to be digging up in other people's business and want to